Hello students, I am back with the fourth session of the nationalism in India. Students, in the last class we have studied about the Rowlatt Act. Gandhiji has launched the Rowlatt Satyagraha, Jallianwala Bagh, and the brutal incident that has been done by the General Dyer. So today we are going to see what would be the proceeding procedure after the General Dyer's Act. We have seen that thousands of people were arrested and they were behind the bars. We have seen how humiliation was being faced by the Satyagrahis. So this was the time when Gandhiji felt that there is a need to launch a broad-based Satyagraha, or it can be a movement. For this, Gandhiji felt that there is a need to bring Hindus and Muslims together to fight against the colonial rule. So for that, this was the time when the World War was going on and the different peace treaties was going on with the different countries. So students, in the First World War, we have seen that the Turkey was been facing too much of the trouble and the humiliation by the peace treaty that was launched after the First World War. According to the First World War, we have seen that the Muslim people, they wanted to launch the movement against the British government and towards the winning countries. Why? Because there were emperors in Turkey that were humiliated through the peace treaty that was launched by the winning countries. So these winning countries, they have launched the humiliating and a very harsh treaty on the people of Islamic region. In the Khilafat movement, that we are going to see that how the people would be treated after the peace treaty. It was a rumor all around that there was a harsh treaty was imposed on the leaders of the emperors of the Ottoman Empire. You know that Ottoman Empire was known as Turkey. And the people who were ruling, the emperors of the Turkey, they were known as Khalifas. Who were the Khalifas? This we are going to see in the next slide. You can see that in the next slide we have these Khalifas were known as the Islamic leaders. They were the spiritual leaders, or they were the spiritual heads of the Islamic world. Muslim people living in India, they wanted to take the revenge from the colonial government. So colonial government they wanted to teach a lesson to them. So for that they wanted to defend the spiritual rights and the powers of the Khalifas. So for that they wanted to launch the movement. For that they have contacted to Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was also in a need that they wanted to combine and they wanted to bring the Muslim leaders as well as Muslim community would be combined with the Indian community. So for that, we have seen that in March 1919, a Khilafat committee was formed by two brothers, Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. They wanted that the powers that being taken away after the World War, they wanted that their powers to be resumed to those people. So for that, Gandhiji wanted to help them out. So for that, we have seen that they knew that this could be possible only when the Hindus and Muslim would be brought together. So this was the golden opportunity for Gandhiji, because Gandhiji was looking for such opportunity that Muslims and Hindus would come together. So this was the golden opportunity for Gandhiji to bring the Hindus and Muslim under the unified national movement. During that time we have seen that the Congress session was going on in September 1920. In Congress session, the Congress session that is held at Calcutta, September 1920, the Congress session was going on. So we have seen this. We will see in the next slides. There was a Calcutta session was going on, and this Calcutta session, Gandhiji tried to convince all the Congress leaders to bring the people together and to launch the another movement, and this would be a more broad-based movement in the country, so that they can teach the lesson to the British and the colonial government. You can see that. Before this, we wanted to see how the survival of the British was going on. You can see that, students, Gandhiji has wrote a book. The name of the book, you can see that, Hind Swaraj. Hind Swaraj was written by Gandhiji in 1909. During that time, British rule was going on. Gandhiji has described what he wanted to show to the British and the colonial government. So first you should know what is the literal meaning of Hind Swaraj. The home rule, you can say that we are going to rule our own country according to our own rules and regulation. We are not going to be ruled by the others. That he has established all the things, in that he has described all these things in his book called Hind Swaraj. Gandhiji said, he has asked a question, why non-cooperation? Okay, the government wanted, we Indian people were giving the cooperation to the Indians. He said, he has highlighted in his book that British rule was established in India with the cooperation of Indians. Not only this, the day Indian would refuse to cooperate with the British rule in India, definitely the British rule would collapse, and they will not be able to survive in the country, and they will not be able to continue their rule in the country like India. This could be only possible because when Indians are providing the cooperation, if we would stop giving cooperation to the Britishers, Britishers are the handful of the people and they cannot run the administration. To run the administration, they needed the help of the Indian people. They needed the help of the Indians, and if the Indians would refuse to give their cooperation, their rule would definitely collapse in the country. Not only this, the Gandhiji wanted to bring the Swaraj. Gandhiji said Swaraj would come back if we would stop giving the cooperation to the Britishers. So for that, you can see we have already discussed this, that in September 1920 Congress session was held in Calcutta. Because repeatedly many Congress sessions were going on, and there were many things were discussed in these Congress sessions. So Gandhiji has tried to convince all the important leaders of the Congress that we are going to start the non-cooperation movement, and for that we have a support of the Muslim community also, and for that, in side by side, we are going to launch the Khilafat movement also. So they said that we are going to have a Khilafat movement as well as the Swaraj would come back again. So in the next slide you can see that how the rule of how the Swaraj movement would come, and what would be the non-cooperation movement. You can see that the non-cooperation movement, we being an Indians, we are not going to cooperate to the Britishers in any of the tasks, in any of the administration, any of the projectual activities. Indians would not going to support to the British government. For that, you can see that Gandhiji has decided that we are going to launch this non-cooperation movement in different stages. If for that, one by one we can have this. What we people are going to do initially, we are going to surrender all the titles that was being awarded by the Britishers, and the awards, the gifts, and the recognition that the British government has given to any of the freedom fighter or any freedom struggler, to any of the community, to any of the personality, all those titles would be surrendered to them, that we are not going to accept all those things. All those titles would not be accepted by the Indians. Number two, what they have done, they wanted to boycott all the civil services. Among the civil services, you can see that we were rendering help, we were rendering our services in army, in police. Schools were also run by the Indians. Courts were also there. So we have decided that we are going to boycott all these things. All the civil services would be boycotted by us. Number two, the Indians have decided that the legislative elections that would be going to held in November 1920, that we people are going to boycott. Legislative council elections we are going to boycott, which was scheduled in the November 1920. Not only that, they have decided that we people are going to boycott the foreign goods. We are not going to use the foreign goods that is making them stronger and richer and more imperial power. So the Indians have decided that we are going to boycott all such goods that is being brought and being imported from the foreign countries. Despite that, we have seen that Gandhiji has thought that if all these things would not work and if government would repress us, then we are going to launch the full civil disobedience movement. So in this regard, Gandhiji as well as Shaukat Ali, they went on a tour to different parts of the areas to seek the support of the people. How many people are ready or they wanted to render their services, they wanted to support and they wanted to participate for the non-cooperation movement. So there was a mixture of opinions of the people regarding the non-cooperation movement. You can see that I have written here the abbreviation of NCM. This is in full form, if you see, non-cooperation movement. So in the further list or in the further text material, I have used the NCM word. If NCM here, NCM means the non-cooperation movement. So wherever NCM comes, that you can understand it, that it means that non-cooperation movement. So when Gandhiji and Shaukat Ali went to different parts of the India, they have seen that the people have a mixture of thoughts and mixture of opinions about the non-cooperation movement and the Khilafat movement. Few were ready to were ready with the proposal that they are ready to participate in the non-cooperation movement. The few people were there who were reluctant to boycott the council elections. They were not ready to leave the council election. They wanted to participate into the council elections, but they were reluctant. Few were ready, few were not ready. And there was another important opinion was also there. They feared that if the movement would be launched, it might lead to popular violence in the country. So with that, we have seen that among the Congress members, there was a great tussle was going on between the September to December, and everybody was discussing, few were in favor, few were not in favor. They wanted to have were ready with the proposal, but there was an intense tussle was going among the members of the Congress. Later on, ultimately, finally it was decided. You can see that finally in December 1920, another Congress session was held to give a compromise workout with the non-cooperation movement, and they have decided that we are going to launch and we are ready with the non-cooperation movement. For that, what would be the reactions of the people of the community, how they have reacted and how they have responded with the other community section people responded with the non-cooperation movement. This you can see in the another slide. The movement was all around the country and every community participated as best as they can contribute towards the national program. So you can see that Khilafat movement and the non-cooperation movement. So the non-cooperation movement, we have already seen that the people were wanted to give support to them. So for that, we are going to see that how it was being spread and how people responded in the town and cities. See, this non-cooperation Khilafat movement, it was a combined movement. Muslim community as well as the Hindu community, they have combined this movement that is known as non-cooperation Khilafat movement, and it was started in January 1921. We have seen that there are various groups, various social groups, they participated in this movement. Most of the people that responded to the call of Gandhiji for the Swaraj, that was the majority of the middle class has participated from various towns and cities. What all they have done? What was their contribution in the non-cooperation movement? You can see step by step you'll see that thousands of students, they have left the government schools and colleges. They have stopped going to the schools and colleges. Next, headmasters and teachers have also resigned from the government schools. They have left their jobs. They have stopped going to the schools and colleges. Council elections were also boycotted by the different members of the Congress, except the Madras presidency. We have seen that the lawyers, they have also gave up their practices. They have stopped going to the courts, and with the regular work that they used to do, they have also stopped that. See, we have seen that in the Madras presidency, there was only one party was there, that was known as the Justice Party. They have decided that we people are going to fight the election and we are going to contest the elections. Why? Students, you already know that in India we have different class group. Class order was there. What was the class order? We have already studied in the class order that we have Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishya and Shudras. The Brahmins, they were on the top of the class community, and the Justice Party was formed by the non-Brahmins. They felt that if we wanted to gain power, then it is very important to win the election. If we people are going to win the election, then the power will be in our hand, and the excess of power that was being regulated and controlled by the Brahmins only, that power will be enjoyed by the non-Brahmins also. So next we have the what was the effect of the non-cooperation movement in the economic front. How economy was affected with this non-cooperation movement. You can see that there was a drastic as well as there was a dramatic changes, and there was a fall and the decline of the economy. When we talk about the economy, you can see that the foreign goods were boycotted by the people. Foreign goods were boycotted by the people. People have stopped using the foreign goods. Not only this, the liquor shops which were running during that time, they were also picketed up. Next, foreign clothes were burned in a huge fire. People have stopped using the foreign clothes. They have dumped the clothes and they have burnt all these clothes that they were using, which were coming from the Britain industries. Then we have seen that the import of the clothes was also declined. How much it was declined? It was been reduced to half. You can see that earlier the value of the import was being declined to half of the money that we people have. Earlier we were spending 102 crores of rupees in buying the foreign cloth and the foreign goods. Now that foreign trade was stopped because people they don't wanted to continue with the foreign trade. So it was reduced to 57 crores of rupees in the year 1921 and 22. Not only this, even the industrial sections of the people, merchants, they have also given their contribution to the non-cooperation movement. They decided that we people are not going to do the trade with the foreign goods, and we people are not going to even finance the foreign trade also. So this was the contribution that was done by the industrial section. Weaver sections and these spinners, they have also got the golden opportunity, because now people were not using the foreign goods, foreign cloth was not used by the people. So what they are going to use it? Handloom cloth that would be made in their own country, Swaraj goods, Swadeshi goods. So the handloom industries, they went up, their production started, and people have started using the khadi. What would be the further effect? You can see that why there was a decline of the non-cooperation movement, why it slowed down. The reason, there are many reasons were there. So for that, one by one we'll see the reasons. See the cloth, the people said that we are not going to use the foreign cloth. If we are not going to use the foreign cloth, then what we people are going to use it? Yes, khadi we can use it. But khadi cloth was more expensive than the machine made cloth. So in the country, in India, everybody is not as financially strong that everybody can wear the khadi cloth, and they cannot continuously buy the khadi material because it is more expensive than the other machine made product, meal made product. So we have seen that the people have stopped using the khadi, and they have started using the machine made cloth. So it has again given a boost up to the British and the foreign goods. Next, we have seen that the thousands of the students, they have left the schools and colleges. Teachers have left the schools and colleges. Headmasters, they have left the schools and colleges. What they are going to do after leaving the jobs? How their livelihood would run. So for that, there was a need to have an Indian institution. Alternative Indian institutions were required, but Indian government was not as capable to start up the new schools and colleges for all those people who have left those government schools that was instituted, that was run by the British institution. They could not replace the British institution. So people have started trickling towards to the job again. They started going again to the schools and colleges. Not only that, the lawyers, they have also started, they have joined the work, and they went to the court and the government court, and they have started working, because livelihood is more important than the economy to be run. So students, this way next we'll see that how the different other communities have participated in the non-cooperation movement. This was, we were talking about the people living in the towns and cities, how they have participated in the non-cooperation movement. So what the other people have done, the tribal sections, the people living at the countryside, the people working in the plantation, how they have reacted with the non-cooperation movement, this we people are going to see in the next video. For that, after this slide, you can see that we have another slide is there of related to the assignment. You can see this assignment that I have given to you. You need to do, and you need to solve this assignment. You can see, students, I have seen that majority of 10th A students and 10th B students, they are not sending the assignments regularly, and there are few students from the 10th C also. First two assignments they have given to me, and the rest of the assignment they have not sent. So again, I am requesting you to send the assignment regularly till Sunday afternoon, because after Sunday afternoon the assignments we need to maintain the roster for it. Okay, so you can see the assignment that is given to you. You need to solve, and you need to submit this assignment to me till I hope you can submit this assignment. I hope you don't have any other work except every day you have one subject to be done. So for that, you can easily do this assignment, and you can submit this assignment till the Saturday evening. Okay, so students, till then, Keep waiting. We'll have the next video on the another Friday. Okay, so again I'm appealing to you, submit the assignment, send it to me regularly. Okay, till then, thank you so much.